We'll see if they go into Eastern. Yorker's Wife saving and quitting. I'm assuming they're just going to go to Old Man and go back across the mountain with the hook shot. Alright, Green Pennant Pod for today. So Hostrolo letting us know. More money and a glove. Alright, so we are very rich. Glove doesn't do a lot right now. It does give us the 2 items in the back of escape. GFE is going to know about Eastern though. We're going to do join Yonker's Wife on the mountain. Get a second bottle, and that's in powder, and then we'll see what Paradox Cape brings. This could be where our hammer is at. I guess it could also be Mitts. Good old Mitts Dark World Access, everybody's favorite. Getting Mitts up on the mountain would be at least convenient for Hookshot Cave, Super Bunny, Dark Death Mountain, and all that. So, I don't know, I'd kind of want to get Mitts in this situation if it were me. Assuming, hopefully the hammer wouldn't be somewhere stupid after that, but I would prefer Mitts if it were me. Although, actually, that's not going to help Yorker's Wife. Oh, and it is Mitts. So, kind of unfortunate that Yorker's Wife came up here without that first glove. GFE is going to be able to do Dark Death Mountain. Yorker's Wife will not have that option right now. They could also, just immediately get back after they get the Mitts if they want, but it's going to be a little extra time, and it's going to not be very convenient. Alright, so GFE is going to pick up that powder. Yorker's Wife is going to do a bomb jump, go check out Spiral Cave. Got boots, got a hook shot, got a sword. All the creature comforts of taking care of Spiral Cave. You don't have to walk. You can run right through everything. GFE is going to set up a Spectacle Rock Bomb Jump. It looks good. Yeah, we made it. Alright, so we're going to go... GFE is going to go across and get that in the Mitts. Probably go check out Dark Death Mountain after they get done with Light World. Spiral Cave is the last thing that Yorker's Wife can do up here. Then they pretty much would have to either do water walk stuff or go to Sahasrala's Hut in Eastern. Sahasrala Hut seems more likely. Or they'll get their Mitts. And then they also have the option of, do they want to continue into Eastern? Alright. I really don't think there was much besides Mitts up here. So Yorker's Wife is about to get those and wish they had come here first. Alright. There's Mitts for GFE. And we're going to also take care of Spiral Cave on our way to Dark Death Mountain. Alright, so again, pod or green pendant for Yorker's Wife there. Getting that info. Alright. And we have Mitts. Alright, we're running out. Are we going to go to Eastern, or are we going to start in the Dark World? Looks like we're going to the Dark World. So that'll be... Okay, looks like... I think that was an attempt to go to Mire area, but I'm not sure. Nope, we're going straight back up the mountain. Okay, interesting. Yorker's Wife could be assuming that GFE got those Mitts first and does not want to leave anything good behind. You can also figure out what kind of medallion you might need for Dark World. Or for Turtle Rock, I mean. Alright, so we've got... Oh my god, that was quick. I think I saw a pendant on ice. I did not really see where the other 5-6 was. So... Hopefully the tracker caught that. I did not get a chance to see any of that. Alright, so we're both on Dark Death Mountain. Basically converged at this point. Alright, I think the tracker caught everything. So it looks like red crystal, Thieves Town, Pendant Ice. Everything else is a crystal. Alright, Super Bunny Cave, nothing. Man, we have a lot of money right now. This is a rich, rich seed. Alright, so we have Hookshot Cave. 4 more chances to get something nice up here. And we're going to check the medallion for Turtle Rock, which is going to be Bombos. Alright. Interestingly, we already have both rods for Turtle Rock. So that could end up being one of our 5 crystals to get into GT. We'll see. Alright, yep. There's the other map. Oh, I just saw a big key to something. I was looking at the map. Alright, we got a bow, big key at Thieves Town. Alright, bow, cane, G's. Alright. Okay. That was a pretty nice hookshot cave. None of that does a lot for us yet. It does give us Thieves Town Crystal. So that's already one of our 5/6. So we would need an Eastern Big to be able to defeat our other 5/6 for Pyramid Fairy. We need a hammer to be able to finish ice, and we would need a pod big to be able to finish, and hammer to be able to finish our pendants. So right now we're pretty much, it's pretty much anyone's like guess what the go mode's going to be. Because again, if you've not played this mode, you have 2 out of 3 Triforce pieces. They are at the pedestal. They are at Pyramid Fairy, and they are at GT Basement with 5 crystal open. And there is no GT Big Key, so... Alright. Ice Rod was in Waterfall. GFE did Water Walk to Waterfall, and Yoinker's Wife did not. So... Alright. So yeah, we could go in a lot of different directions for go mode here. There's no telling right now, because we still need a lot of big keys potentially. We don't have a hammer. We're missing a lot of big ticket items too. Was that Quake for Meyer? I couldn't tell. That went by kind of fast. All right, we've got a lamp. All right, so now we can see in the dark. Did anybody catch what Meyer was? The entry. Alright. Oh, Ether. Okay. Oh, I was way off. Alright, Yoinker's Wife getting the key from the back, and now we're going to do Dark Cross in reverse. Unfortunately, we're not going to get much out of that. But, skipping is mentally very difficult sometimes. You start getting the itch in the back of your head, thinking about what you might be leaving behind, thinking about last locating it, so I could understand wanting to take care of this and clean it up while you're here. Meanwhile, GFE is going into Village of Outcasts. We can clear Skull Woods, which would get us at least 1 crystal. We can also clear Thieves Town without the hammer, which would get us... GFE is trying to go... I didn't even realize he's trying to go to Village of Outcasts as if he has the hammer and not the mitts. But I didn't even notice that until he started fluting away. Whoops. Imagine having normal Dark World access. Alright, so we can finish Skullwoods, and we're probably going to... Since the big key is shuffled wood, there's 3 items instead of the normal 2 here. One of them could be in the big chest, though, so we could also end up only getting the 2 items. Meanwhile, Yoinker's Wife is... fake flippering... just... Hobo... Waterfall? I guess we're going to Waterfall. Alright. I guess if you're only going to Waterfall, not setting up a water walk is fine. Although, ooh, don't get shot. Don't get... Oh. Alright, well, I guess we're not doing Waterfall. Looks like they got a little hung up there. Alright, we got our first item out of Skullwoods, but it was just a 20 rupee, so no help there. We are gonna go after the mouse, try to get our first crystal though. That half magic would be looking pretty good right now. But GFE's bro, he says, no half magic, I don't need that. GFE has been running this game for quite some time. Pretty strong runner. I'm not as familiar with Yoinker's Wife. I know they've done a lot of tracking. Haven't seen too much of their running, so... Yeah, missing the Ice Rod is not ideal, but again, in this mode, you might not actually have to do Trinets, so in the end, it may not matter. Remains to be seen how much that's going to suck. Because we do only have to do 5 crystals to get into GT, so, you know, Turtle Rock does not have to be our 5th crystal. Oh, GFE getting the bad touch by the hand there. He's going back to the beginning. Meanwhile, Yoinker's Wife, remembering that they have mitts instead of the hammer. We're going to go to Village of Outcasts first, though. So, we'll see something different than what GFE is showing us right now. Got chess game, 30 rupees out of 1,100 million rupees that we have, so for nothing. We can finish Thieves Town, although without the hammer we might be leaving an item in the big chest. There are 5 items in Thieves Town instead of 4 since the big key shuffled. Alright, we have made it to Mothula? Oh, there's a big key to Ice Palace. Ice Palace is looking more and more interesting, although no hammer, so we're ways away from worrying about it. Alright, Fighter Sword Mothula. Fighter Sword Green Mail Mothula. Not my favorite. But we do have a couple potions, so we're gonna see what we can pull out here. Got a net out of the C-shaped house. Do have a couple bottles, so that could actually be worth something. Oh, okay, nicely done. GFE gets Mothula down for our first crystal. Alright, the items are not back here, though. I don't think he got an item out of the bridge chest. Alright, we're in Thieves Town. Let's see if we can get all 5 items without the hammer. Alright, Yoinker's Wife getting a nice hook to that pot there. It has a bunny beam under it, so you have to hook the left side of it, or it will not work. Got to do a little more aiming than normal on that. Alright. GFE's going to do the front of the Skullwoods now, so we can maybe try to pick up the other 2 items we have not received yet. I think we still need 2. I don't recall seeing anything on the bridge chest. Meanwhile, it looks like... Was that only 1 item in the front of Thieves Town? We did get a book out of Skullwoods. So that gives us access to deserts. But we don't have a big key, so we can't, finish it. We could potentially not be able to do anything in there, depending... Oh wait, actually we have the boots in this mode, so never mind. We can get most of this stuff in the front. Alright. I think that, yeah, so that should be all 3 items in Skullwoods. So we're done here. Never have to come back. Alright, we are in the hellway of Thieves Town, taking it a little carefully. Taking a bit of damage, but we do have the powder, so we have an anti-fairy there if we need to. If we need to get a little health back. Alright, GFE looks like we're checking Bumper Ledge. Alright, just more money. I don't think we need any more of that. I think we're doing alright. And GFE is going to head on into the Village of Outcasts. So we've done about all we can do over here right now. Ooh, be careful, Yoinker's Wife, be careful. Oh god. That looked a little sketchy. Oh man. Thought we were gonna die. Alright, we made it. Just remember your powder when you get down to the anti-fairy yoinkers. Like, please pull out your powder. Taking that room a little slow. Alright, powder? No powder? Okay. Alright, we're just gonna devil may care our way down to the basement. Alright. I don't think the stun prize was any health, so alright, GFA getting their big ice palace key. Alright, there is an anti-fairy or a bunny beam under this pot that Yoinker's wife can powder as well. If they remember. I think we're killing this guy for safety purposes. Right, we do have hearts for these pots, but if we remember, we can powder the anti-fairy outside of Zelda's outside of Blind Cell. Oh my god, don't die. We do not remember the, oh no, get your powder out. Alright, well. So fun fact, you can powder the bunny beams and they will give you, like, before they start moving. So that would have been a good way to gain some health back for yoinkers there. You have one more heart here. Now, blind is a scripted fight, so if you do it exactly right, you won't take any damage. Just 9 hits and blind moves the same way. I think we're already a little off script though, so this is not looking great. I don't think we have anything in the potion department. I hope the dodging game is strong here for you. Oh god, oh my god. Alright, well. Yeah, that was rough. Looks like... Ooh, we're going back. This is a little... I don't know if I'd want to do this right now because now blind will not be in a script and the fight gets a lot more awkward. Props for trying it, but sometimes it is good to know when to cut your losses if you have a bunch of other stuff to do. GFE, meanwhile, has picked up the Smith and gone to Hype Cave. We've got a Master Sword out of that. I don't think Stumpy had anything. Did not go into Thieves Town yet. Could have been hoping to try to get a hammer somewhere before he goes in. Alright, so this is where this fight gets a little awkward. He's up at the top and you can't really get at his head. Because unlike when the fight starts, like during the script, you're not above him. We did alright on the first phase though. Okay, I was gonna say... so the fireballs do 100 damage and the heads do 2. So if you get hit by something, you want it to be the fireballs. Alright, Smith has a big heated pod, so that's helpful if we get a hammer. Okay, nicely done. We got it blind down the second time. And without the script even. Honestly, I don't have any idea if there's anything in the big chest because I was too busy hoping that Yoinker's wife would not die. So I don't know if anybody can answer that question for me. I don't know if there is an item still in there. Alright, props to Yoinker's wife for pulling that off the second time around. That is not any easier when you do it without the script. Alright, well GFE is going in here, so maybe we can figure out if we have an item left. Alright, I think it was... oh, that's gonna lock Yoinker's wife out for now, because there's no key in that. Okay. So I guess we're gonna have to come back to Skullwoods. Alright, so I saw... 1 item? 2 items? I already lost track. I think it was 2 items. Okay, I think I was way off and it was 3 items in the front, not 1. Whoops. Alright. Alright, we're going right back to Skullwoods for Yoker's wife. Yeah. Falling in that hole was a little unfortunate because there was no key to get you out. GFE, meanwhile, making their way through Thieves Town. So if we can get our respective crystal pickups, that'll put us on even footing. We'll each have a crystal, and they will each have a 5/6 crystal. Which, you know, again, there's a Triforce piece at the Pyramid Fairy, so you want your 5/6 crystals. It's a little easier. If you can get your 5/6 crystals and your pendants, you don't ever have to go to GT, which always feels nice. So that's your, like, that's one of your ideal scenarios. The other ideal scenario is 5 crystals, 2 of them being your Pyramid Fairy crystals. So those are your 2, like, best case scenarios as far as this mode goes. And right now, we're working on 2 crystals, but we also have a lot of potential pieces for pendants. So again, with this mode, it could go a lot of different ways. We don't know. I already have the Pod Big Key, so when we get the hammer, we automatically have 2 pendants that we can get. Even without the flippers, because I mean, you don't really need the flippers for ice, you can just fake flipper. Crap, I lost track of the items in Thieves Town. I hope somebody was paying better attention this time. I'm trying to watch 2 screens at once. Alright. Now, let's see if we get a more scripted fight here for GFE. So far, so good. If you do this right, he will do the same thing every time, or, you know, she, if you believe the lore, will do the same thing every time, and you just gotta perform the same movements, and you will not get hit. Alright, chat saying they think there is a dungeon item in the big chest, so that is the ideal situation. So we don't ever have to come back here either. I've already run at least one practice mode where you were forced to double dip Thieves Town for the big chests. The memes can be strong in this mode. It looks like GFE's going for purple chest now. We don't technically have a way to the pod side yet. So really the purple chest is... Oh, Yoinker's taking a death in Skullwoods. Yeah, that is unfortunate. But we're gonna... Okay, well, they're going for the chest over here first. Oh, we have the book, so technically purple chest and then desert are our last sort of logical... Oh, or we could also just go finish Eastern, which we haven't been in yet. I forgot we haven't even been in there yet, so I think we're gonna go do that. Yeah, okay. So there are 4 items in Eastern. Alright, Yoinkers got the birch chest and we're taking a death. So we're possibly going back to try to fight. Yeah, okay, we're gonna try to fight again. I admire the perseverance, although with those bottles, I would want to go get a potion personally. This is not like Mothula is not a great fight when you're on green mail and a fighter sword. It is not easy by any means. Alright, looks like we have a heart piece first chest of Eastern. First of 4 items. Alright, so this is our other 5/6. So we already got our Pyramid Fairy crystals, which is the ideal set of crystals to get. Oh, now we don't have any. Oh, we're just gonna. Okay, we're gonna burn our potion. do have half magic, so that'll leave us a lot of magic left over. So once GFE has this crystal, he'll have the 5-6 crystals, which is pretty much the 2 crystals you want to have if you have to get the 5 crystals. Because it's much nicer to go to Pyramid Fairy than it is to potentially explore the entirety of GT Basement to look for your Triforce piece. Alright, round 2 for Mothula. We do have a lot of magic bar here, so if we can avoid the spikes, we can just sit back and kind of shoot Mothula down. Although if Mothula is on the spikes, they won't take damage, so you gotta kind of choose your shots. Can't... I'm not sure how many hits we're up to yet. I think we're getting kind of close, but also we are taking a lot of hit. Oh, we cannot get hit again. Oh, no. Alright. What is... Oh, hey, it's the hammer. Okay, well, we could have had that, like, right away. That's kind of funny. Well, at least we get to single dip Eastern, so... alright, so Yoinker's taking the out. We're gonna come back later for Mothula. I mean, depending on the layout of the siege, you may not actually need to kill Mothula, so maybe they don't need to worry about it. Unless we're buying potions to go right back. I don't know if I'd want to do that. There are a couple other overworld things to do, so... alright, so we are on our way to get Armos. I'm not sure if there's an item on Armos. Alright. Hopefully we're just going to do some overworld for Yoinkers, we'll see. I think they're also debating. We are going on to Village of Outcasts, but that doesn't tell us much because that's kind of the only place to go. Right, nice quick kill on the Armos. We did have one more item there, and so we got a hammer out of Eastern, which means we can immediately get 2 pendants. So it's kind of shaping up like it could be Pyramid Fairy pedestal. But that depends on where the Desert Big Key is. Because the Desert Big Key could still be like in GT. So you could still have to get 5 crystals regardless. So, you know, we're going to try for the pendants. GFE is clearly going that way because we're going to do pod and then probably do ice right after that. Whether that will work is anyone's guess. We are going back to Mothula. I don't know if I'd want to do this. I'd kind of want to like come back here last after getting beat up like that, but I do admire your crew's perseverance. But that can be one lesson that can be a little hard to learn when it comes to routing rando, is that sometimes you just need to go back to the boss later and kind of collect yourself and not keep beating your head up against them. Especially if it's not unless it's like literally the only thing you have to do. Sometimes you just want to like table that, put it aside for later. Alright, we're going right side pod first. Alright, and round 3 Mothula. Alright, so far we're doing pretty good. I got a mushroom and pod. Ooh, alright, just take it from the spikes, not Mothula. Alright, we're getting a little close. Alright, there we go. Alright, we've got Mothula down. So we can go do some other stuff now. Alright. what are you doing, GFE? Oh, I guess we're gonna go kill Elma first. Okay. We don't have a mirror, so routing pod is kind of terrible. Unless the mirror is, in the back. Alright, Yoinkers coming back through here. I think they didn't get... Yeah, I don't think they have the rest yet. What is there, a book in here? Yeah, so they're on their way to get that. Which again, basically gives you desert. I mean, it gives GFE Ether Tablet because he's been able to get that Master Sword, which is another reason why, if you're banging your head up against a fight, you may want to go check and see what the other checks you haven't done are, because maybe one of them is a sword. Alright, which I believe Yorker's wife is heading that way now. Quick peek at Bumper Ledge maybe, and then pick up the Smith. We go to Hype Cave, do all the stuff in the south. Alright, we've got Pod going after our first pendant for GFE. Alright, looks like GFE got some spin speed to try to extend his hammer hitbox. Mixed results, I think. There we go. Alright. We are still in green mail, so it's not like the fighting is a little dangerous still. Alright. And that was our green pendant, so after this we can go to Sahasrama if we wanted. I assume that... I mean, you don't have flippers, but you do have the big key, so diving into Ice Palace would not be the worst idea, I don't think. Because, maybe flippers are somewhere terrible and you could just find the desert big key and be done. Alright. Oh, we didn't even do shooter chest, that's interesting. Alright, we're getting the Smith, and I do believe we're heading Stumpy Hype Cave. Smith was Ice Palace Big, maybe? Do they have Ice Palace Big? Oh, no, they already have Ice Palace Big. Oh, Pod Big, right. Yeah. But hopefully, I mean, they won't have much left besides the purple chest and desert, so hopefully they pick up the purple chest. Which will lead them to their hammer. Yeah, Eastern Big Key. For purple chest, that'll push them to Eastern. Yeah, if I'm GFE and right now the only big key I still care about is the desert big key. That's all I want to see out of this seed, because that means we are good to go. But again, that could be in GT, so we could be needing to get into some other pendants or crystals. There are still technically multiple paths to go mode here. Desert Big is just the easiest and nicest. Ooh, there's Turtle Rock Big. So, we still don't have a way into Turtle Rock. But we can complete it when we do. And we find Bombos. So if I'm GFE, I do not want to see Bombos anytime soon. Nope, there's a mirror, which gives us a couple overworld spots, but we can't do swamp yet. No flippers. Finally a blue mail, so that's nice. Alright, Pod Big Key. But strictly speaking for Yonker's wife, again, logically, all they have is purple chest and desert, which we're going to go ahead and do. No, we're going to check my area because we haven't done that yet. I did not realize I had not done this yet. Alright, so GFE is going to do Hera, I think, and Ether Tablet. Don't have the Hera Big Key, but also, who cares? We have Hera Pot, so we don't need the Hera Big Key, strictly speaking. Could still lock an item, because there are 3 items in Hera, but Yoinker's way of getting the lamp. And now, where do they want to go? Ether tablets, just 1 rupee, no love there. Yoinker's wife is going to desert. I thought they might do that. I think they might be on red mail. I only saw the blue mail, but I didn't really I don't know. Alright, GFE doing Hera Pot, spin speed version. Alright, I don't know. There's a new version that you don't need the boots for that does not require you to know pixels, which is very wonderful. And it looks like GFE is going to go ahead and do that. Gave up on the spin speed version. So, alright, first item in desert was bombs. There are 3 items here, but without the big key, it's possible that we will be locked out of 1 or 2 of them. I only saw the blue mail personally in the dark maze, but so but I don't know the colors of this sprite at all. So your guess is as good as mine. All right, we got a red boomerang, so that's second item there. And we are locked out of 2 items, I believe. Oh, 1 item. Sorry, I can count, I promise. Speaking of counting though, I did not see all the items in Hera. I was kind of trying to watch Desert and see what was going on there. We aren't going back in, so there must be at least an item back in here. I'm going to say there might be 2 still, because otherwise going to the basement doesn't feel very good, because if you're missing only 1 item, it could be in the big chest, and you could be doing this for nothing. So I'm going to assume there's 2 items left in here, based on what GFE is doing. Because so there could be I don't know if I'd do this if it's only 1 item, because it could easily be in the big chest and you could be just doing this for nothing. I would probably try to hedge my bets. But we could get lucky. Alright, we're getting the purple chest for Yoinkers, which means we are going to get the big key to Eastern, and we are going to end up going and getting our hammer, so... Ooh, and it is the compass. Yeah, so... if you're in that kind of 50-50 situation with Hera without the big key, you're going to want to not do the basement and wait until you get the big key so you can check the big chest and maybe never have to do the basement. But we are going to do Spike Cave. I don't think we have any CTs, but we do have, like, potion or something, I think. Yeah, so we're good to go. We have, like, 1,000,000 rupees, so we can go buy another potion if we really want. Oh, I think that was Sinkheart. Alright, Yoinker's wife going into Eastern, so they're basically going to get their hammer out of this. I don't think anything. Oh, the Myra Big Key, I think, was in here. But the Myra Big Key, strictly speaking, does not help us at the moment. We're going to the Dark World here. I'm assuming Bombos into K45, maybe? Forgetting we don't have the flippers. Alright, yeah, looks like Bombos. All we want for Christmas is a Desert Big Key, but it looks like we could possibly be waiting on that for a long time. We'll see. Silvers are nice. That is a nice consolation prize. We do have to kill Ganon once we find our 2 out of 3 Triforce pieces. So, Master Sword Silverless is not anybody's idea of a fun time, so we could still run into a Tempered Sword somewhere. Yeah. Alright, looks like a K45 play. Honestly, Ice being another pendant and my hope to be running into a Desert Big Key, I would probably be in Ice right now. Flippers or not, just to try to get that sweet, pendant Pyramid Fairy combo. Speaking of Pyramid Fairy, we might be doing that. We haven't been to the pyramid yet either, I don't think so. Technically, in addition to your Triforce piece, there are 2 other items here. We could also go to Catfish if we really wanted to afterwards. And then swing around the Graveyard Ledge maybe after that. Yoinkers on their way to the hammer. And we're going to see, I'm assuming they're probably going to do the same thing GFE did and go straight into pod. And then we'll see what they want to do after they get Helma down and get all their goodies out of there. Alright, so nothing on the pyramid. Let's see if the Triforce piece is keeping any of our good items company that we want to get. No. Alright, so we have Catfish. What is even left right now? We can mirror to Powder. Or no, we have the hammer. We can just go to Powder the normal way. We do have hammer pegs. We have Graveyard Ledge and Catfish. I think that is the summation of things we have not seen. Checkerboard cave as well. So it's really not very much. Things you don't want to see right now. You don't want to see Bombos. I kind of don't want to see the Flippers, because then you have to go to Swamp. Really, the only thing you want to see is Desert Big, but if we get Bombos, we have all of Turtle Rock. If we get the Flippers, we have all of Swamp, and then logically we have all of Ice Palace, although we could just be doing that right now if we wanted to. Alright, we're gonna Kern jump over to Catfish to get that taken care of. Alright, Yoinker's wife has their crystal from Eastern, which means they can also do Pyramid Fairy. Oh, we have the mushroom. I forgot we got the mushroom at some point. I don't even remember where we got that. Oh, I think it was in Pod. Oh, there's Ether, so now we can do Mire. So we want to finish the pendants, but we're getting the ability to finish crystals instead. So rip. Actually, how many crystals is that? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that actually gives us 5 crystals. So, oh, that's actually go mode. I guess that was. I guess yeah. So there's two different paths to go mode. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. So we're in go mode actually. So I guess it was Ether or Desert Big that you wanted to see. I guess Bombos would have been okay in that situation too. Although Turtle Rock is a lot longer than Myers, so yeah, Ether would have been most ideal. Okay, so that's what kind of what I was talking about in the mode. You kind of have to recognize your different potential go modes and be able to switch tracks at a moment's notice. So we unfortunately picked up a pendant that we didn't need. If it were me, I probably would have had a pendant from Ice that I didn't need. Because I wouldn't have even been thinking about Ether, but yeah. Looks like let's see if GFE realizes they're in go mode. Alright, yeah, he knows. Alright. So he's gonna get his 5th crystal from Meyer here, and then he's gonna have to go to GT, which opens with 5 crystals, and explore the GT basement to get his 2nd Triforce piece. Meanwhile, Yoiker's wife is in Hera as after the hammer. So they're gonna pick up their 3rd, 4th crystal? Actually, if Yoiker's wife just... No, they have to go get their mirror from Pod, so... Wait. Where was Ether? Ether was on... Catfish, actually, right? So no, they don't need their mirror. So... Oh, mushroom. Oh, yeah, so they have to go to Pod. Right. Okay. So there's no way to get go mode without going to Pod. Right. I forgot we were on our way to Catfish. We just didn't make it. We were gonna stun an eyeball. We have silver, so Vitreous is very easy to do here. So I imagine Yoinker's wife goes to Pod pretty fast after this with the hammer and all, but they're gonna end up completing it. So because nobody's gonna get the mushroom and be like, "Hey, I can leave." All right, so we've got our 5th crystal from GFE. So now we are going to go to GT and look for a Triforce piece. That'll give us our 2 of 3, and then we can go have the fun Master Sword Silver's Cannon fight. Although we could run into a Tempered on our way to the Triforce piece if we're lucky. Alright, Hera is down for Yoinkers, so 4th crystal there. They've got to go into Pod to get their mushroom, to get their ether, to get their go mode. Ooh, Yoinkers also taking the unfortunate 50-50 gamble for the last item in the basement. Take note, if you don't have the Hera Big Key and you have a 50-50 on item left or dungeon item left, wait until you get the Big Key just to be safe. It's one of those weird quirks of the mode, I think, that it's hard to think of. Alright, here we go. 5 crystal entry to GT. Alright. We'll see how long it takes us to get our Triforce piece. There are let's see, no big chests. So there's still 22 items, basically, as if we were in big key mode, I guess. So, same potential amount for the Triforce piece. It is a strange mode. You have to think a little outside the box on it, to try not to get trapped. Oh wow, that was really easy. I think GFP wasn't expecting that to be so easy. And we got our bombosman down on the way. So no chance to get a sword because that was our third check. So we're doing Master Sword Cannon. The GT Triforce, I guess it does replace the GT Big Key. I'm not really sure how they. I mean, they took the GT Big Key out, so I mean, I suppose, yeah, they just replaced it with a Triforce piece. I don't really know what they did under the hood to make it happen. He got the first Triforce from doing Pyramid Fairy. It's either at Pyramid Fairy, the pedestal, or in the GT basement. And GT basement has 5 crystal entry. So those are your 3 ways to get your 2 out of 3 Triforce. And GFE got one of this seed was one of the better combos because you got your 2 Pyramid Fairy crystals and then 3 more crystals. So basically, there's 2 different ways where you only have to kill 5 dungeons. Although he did pick up an unneeded pendant, but you couldn't really know that you weren't going to need it. So that's one of the more ideal combos. All right, so this is not the best fight. Master Sword takes a lot of spinning. Honestly, I can't even remember the number. It's been so long since I had to actually do a Master Sword Ganon fight. But we don't have silver, or we have silver, so the last phase isn't going to be. We don't have to do the 24 spins of the last phase. Is it? I think it's 12 and 4. 12 and 4, and then just with silvers, you don't have to do spins. I think it's 56 total for Master Sword. Silverless. I want to say 56 total. I think it's 12. 12, 12, 12, 12, 4, and 24, maybe? I don't know, something like that. I should look the numbers up. Yeah, GFE getting that fairy allowed him to play a little fast and loose on the second phase again there. Speed up the process a little bit, so to speak. So I think that was what he was going for. Alright, we are in phase 3, so it's all pretty much easy from here. Alright, and phase 4, so 4 silver shots, and we're good to go. I mean, even with Master Sword, this part's easy. That was nicely done. GG to GFE and the Underachievers. One more win for the books. Alright, Yoinker's wife in pod. They need the mushroom to get ether. Alright, I think looks like GFE is about to join us. There we go. GFE. Hello, welcome. GG.
Hey, thanks for the GGs.
So that was kind of mild for Ganon Hunt, I think.
You said it. I played like maybe 10 of these, and this is the second best one, with the rest of them being utter garbage. So
yeah, it does. Yeah, it leads you to some interesting thought processes and decisions and curveballs.
yeah, for sure. Like with this one, I mean, it was kind of rude because you were so close to having like all 3 of them, but didn't really know where it was going. And then the pyramid, like the eastern big drop, which made that decision easy because I was about to go into desert after purple chest.
Yeah.
And then from there, like I was kind of split. Like, do I do pod? Do I do ice? Because ice feels like faster to full clear, but it wasn't in logic. And
Yeah.
this particular mode tends to have its own demented linear logic. So I just decided I'll go with pod. I don't know.
Yeah. So I was joking that after Pod, I probably would have picked up another unnecessary pendant because I would have just been like, screw it, I'll go to ice and maybe the desert pig will show up.
I mean, you just like described what I was afraid of. Like that right
Yeah.
there was what I was scared of.
Yeah.
I almost left pod after TR big because my brain didn't. Like my brain said, "Oh, that's TR," and then I was like, "I'll keep going, like for a sword or mirror," which mirror showed, which was nice. And then about the time I picked up mirror, I was like, "Oh, actually, I don't have Bombo's medallion, so I can't do TR anyway."
Yeah.
So it just kept like giving you almost enough. I originally intended to turn in that mushroom right after pod, but the way I chose to route pod by doing the boss first, I kind of forgot about it. So that was, I could have saved a lot of time if I'd just gone straight to the mushroom turn in.
Yeah. Well,
But you know, I got silvers out of it. I wouldn't have
I
got
know,
those had
right?
I done that.
Props for resisting the siren song advice. I mean, it's a tempting thing to do because you just need that one item. I wasn't actually even thinking of either. Then you picked it up, and I was like, "Oh, well, now we can do Myra." And I was like, "Oh, wait, that's actually good."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't hold off long enough for the Pyramid Fairy into Ganon because you know that's the dream in this mode. You want to end with the Pyramid
Yeah.
Fairy piece, but
That is the dream, but I played a seed where that dream turned into a nightmare. Because guess where the one thing I needed was?
I have had at least one of those. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So I no longer hesitate so much on that. I
Uh,
learned that lesson well.
in a way, I was like kind of hoping. I didn't really want this, but it would have been funny. I was hoping Hammer wouldn't show up in Eastern, because then I was
Yeah.
gonna like meme um, bomb dupe, but without mirror. The only way you can do it is going all the way to the north and like water walking or kern jumping.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to do that, but at the same time, that takes forever. It's almost faster to just do Aga at that point.
I know, right? This mode can set you up for a lot of weird situations. I mean, I've had a hammer in GT too, so um, there are a lot of weird situations you could find yourself in.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
how sweet?
Hammer was pretty
Okay.
rude if you don't do the Eastern tip early.
Yeah, neither one of you did. So it was kind of funny when you got there. I was like, oh, we could have just had that for a long time
Yeah,
ago.
you could have had it forever. Um,
Yeah,
although I'm trying to remember, Lamp was in Meyer Shed, so logically you weren't supposed to get it.
yeah.
But it was there.
But I don't think it hurt to get it then. I mean, maybe a couple loops that she could have done without, but I mean, it
Yeah,
wasn't the worst thing.
yeah. I
Would
mean,
have
I got my.
maybe smoothed out a couple things.
Well, I'm trying to remember which big key was on the Smith. I think that was the Pod big
That
key,
was the yes, Pod Wiki.
and then Eastern on Purple Chest. So
Yeah. So speaking of situations you find yourself in this mode, so if you find yourself in a 50-50 between a dungeon item and a regular item in Hera,
I
it's
did not.
a
I did not enjoy that decision, but
yeah,
like going into this, I mean, Yonker's wife said it herself that you know I was the favorite, so I was gonna play safe.
yeah,
I didn't want to do that check, but you know if that check's my answer and I skip it and don't come back, like that opens up a chance for me to lose it. So
Sure. Well, you both ended up doing it, but it was kind of funny because I was talking about the possibility of the 50-50 and waiting for the big key, but you both went back in and got your compass. So.
yeah,
Yeah, it's understandable. It's like skipping things. I don't know how people do it so regularly, and it just gives you that weird feeling in the back of your head, like I'm screwing myself right now, probably.
I mean, as for me, like if I try to make skips like these other gamers you see, somehow it ends up being progression for me for like 95% of the time. So
I know, right?
I can't make skips.
I
Um,
know.
trying to think like the way I chose to delay Thieves Town, obviously, like I was playing conservative, I didn't want to leave an item there, which ends up, I think it was like compass in the big chest anyway. But I'm kind of glad I did it that way, because if not, I'm not sure when I get the Eastern big.
Yeah, well, I mean, you were running fairly low on. I
Yeah,
mean, you basically had to go to Eastern, so I mean, you were running pretty. I guess you could have gone to Eastern without the big key.
yeah,
So
or I mean, to be honest, I don't know if I do that or if I like, since I already had the pod big key, I might have turn jumped over to pod since, Aga was in logic at that point. Um,
yeah,
so I don't know, I could have ended up losing a lot of time, and then I probably would have got it mirroring from pod to Eastern or something like that.
who knows? Your desert big could have just been nice.
Yeah, it's possible, but I wasn't going in there without a hammer either.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure.
although I think there's been several league seeds with hammer and ice recently, so that was in the back of my mind.
Yeah, it is. It's very weird to keep all the various like pathing potential go modes in your head. Like,
Oh
I
yeah,
needed
like
any one of like six things for go mode right now. Like, which way am I going here? And you have to be able to turn on time. I think I played one where you could like I was going after Trinex, but on Laser Bridge there was the key to Pyramid Fairy, and I didn't even register, and I killed Trinex, and I went and killed the Pyramid Fairy Crystal, and I was like, I didn't need to kill Trinex.
yeah. I mean,
So it's hard,
this
yeah.
mode does that to you. You got to think of so many scenarios because as soon as I picked up that Eastern big key and I knew that open Pyramid Fairy, I was like, okay, so what are my different options for my fifth crystal? Uh, should I go for my pendants because I just need Desert Big Key? Like, you think of so much, and I mean that's one reason that upsets are such a possibility in this mode. Is you hit go mode for like a slow go mode, and then somebody else keeps checking, and like say Desert Big had been, like you said, right there in ice. Like that's way faster than going to
Yeah.
clear. Like if TR had opened or something like that.
Yeah, well, luckily TRX was just in GT, so
Yeah. It seems to be that way. Usually, at least
yeah,
one crystal's blocked by GT in this.
yeah. Looks like Yorkers is hitting their go mode. I think they
About
maybe
the
didn't
same
do.
route I did there.
Yeah, I
Didn't do
think they may have
graveyard.
skipped one. Yeah, skipped one or two things. So I think they are going to Meyer to finish up. And
Looks
then
like.
GT was actually very friendly. Didn't have to go very far into that. So
Yeah.
you guys are. Well, I guess it depends on how the games are shake up this week, but you guys are doing pretty good near the top of your division, depending on what happens this week. You guys are having a bit of a slugfest, I saw.
Yeah. A lot of the divisions turning out that way. We've taken a couple of our two losses. Both of them were kind of a little rough. I think the first one um, was the first week in co-op, and one team read ped. Our team didn't read ped, and it was a ped seed. So um, that I got us there, and then I mentioned that I'm not allowed to skip, and my loss in the almost all dungeons week, I hit GT mode and just assumed, hey, my other big key I need is just going to be there, and instead it was left side swamp. So
Oh, rip.
yeah, so another left side swamp murder there. But it
Yeah,
happens. That's rando. I think I kind of peeked over at another race, and I won't say who the winner was, but I believe West Side Swamp had something to play in it. Um,
a lot of people have fallen to the left
yeah,
side swamp play.
and
You don't
this
see it
mode
as much anymore,
especially,
I
they
don't
do.
think, but I feel like you see it less because of Specky Clip and all the shenanigans, but
Yeah,
Diver Down. But
uh,
some people still believe in the skip.
I feel like in this mode I can justify it because there's so many options for your go mode. But I
Yeah,
don't know. You could argue the opposite too. Um, but anyway, this is it feels good to get another win. Like you said, we're sitting at the top. Sabo has his match later this week. I'm just gonna peek at when that was scheduled. Looks like Fiery versus Sabo Thursday afternoon. So that'll be a good one. Hoping my boy can pull out a win and we can go strong in the next week.
yeah, it's brutal out there in the divisions. There's a lot of just like strong players, strong teams to get through. I mean, we're getting our butts kicked on our team. So
I
I
feel like
got freaking.
there's one division that I saw was like maybe 5 or 6 at 5-3. So
Yeah, I think that was one of the open divisions, but I don't remember which one.
oh yeah, I see it. I don't know which division it is, but yeah, 5 people at
Yeah,
5 teams at 5-3. That's
yeah, that one's a mess. there's a few divisions where there's like a clear, battle for at least an invitational battle against relegation. In the open league, maybe there's a couple of clear spots, but there's also just a lot of like no idea who's going to be coming out of this.
yeah, and I can personally speak for the fact that relegation it hurts. um,
Yeah,
but we're still here having fun. It's a lot harder to get back after you're
yeah.
relegated. That's for sure. Because
You guys are pretty
um,
strong, so you could pull it off.
it's tough to get top four. The community keeps evolving, keeps bringing in new runners, and you might see a name. You're like, I don't know who that is, and then like get destroyed um, by them. And while rando can play a part, you got to have a certain level of ability, um, even then, to be able to pull off those what people would call upsets.
Yeah,
And I expect we'll see a lot of that this week. This mode is ripe for upsets.
yeah. There's a lot of weirdness to it. Yoinkers almost done. They're on their way to GT to get their very accessible Triforce piece.
Hopefully they'll
But,
go DM first.
yeah, I actually, I still sort of feel like doing. I don't know. I like the back and forth. I guess DM strats, although it's not quite the same as Dark Magician used to do, but because you cover a
Yeah,
lot of ground right away, so I kind of
I
like that.
yeah, I do it because like I don't want to get wrecked by Compass Room. I'm willing to take the short time loss of the backtrack, um, rather than like spending all that time and then the answer is just Compass Room.
Yeah. Too bad that it couldn't be spaced out a little more for the possibility of a sword.
I'm curious to see what happens here if they'll check the last chess, because to be honest, I probably should have checked it just on the off chance it was tempered.
Yeah,
Um,
it looked like you weren't quite ready for that Triforce piece to show if you didn't.
yeah, you're exactly right. I was like, wait a minute, this was
Oh
way too
yeah,
fast. Usually, it's
like oh yeah,
very.
I can stop.
I was actually considering like mirroring out and fluting,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I went for the full health refill on old old man start.
Mhm.
Oh, we might see a tempered.
Yeah, we're doing a little different. Oh, we're actually going right first. That's interesting. Okay.
And we got that key.
don't see people do this very often anymore. This is like old school now. Where likes the
Oh! Well, we might not be going right.
maybe not. Well, we tried. Oh, no, we're still going. Okay.
Oh, that Wallmaster reminds me of the one in Skullwoods.
Yeah.
I
That
was,
was an unfortunate grab, yeah.
to be honest, my choice to skip the half magic to save time probably
Yeah.
cost me right there, because I was trying to use lamp strats to save a little magic for the fighter sword moth.
Yeah,
If I'd
I mean,
had half magic, I wouldn't have done that.
as early as you saw it, it was probably worth the time to pick up, but
Yeah. I figured unless I ended up on Master Sword Silverless, I didn't need it, and I was also thinking, when I do dig game
yeah.
later, if I have my mirror, I'll just mirror and get it then.
Yeah, you were really close to Master Sword Silverless, though.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't normally check that Bombos tab, so I'm glad I did. I do hope
Yeah, I
that.
mean,
I hope Yoinkers find some arrows here.
yeah. Your stuff that you had left was sort of a lot of random overworld. Like it was just like mirror spots, and then you could go. What else did you have? You still had desert, I think.
I had
But
checkerboard, the desert dip. Ice wasn't in logic, so that wasn't technically an option.
yeah, so
And I think that was pretty much it.
kind of didn't have a lot left when you go to Malus, so
Catfish, I guess, since I stopped my route there.
Alright,
Catfish
yeah, I'm a little
probably just has desert
concerned.
pig.
I'm a little concerned we're not going to get arrows here.
I can't remember if one of these. No, I don't think any of these were.
The only place I know offhand to get arrows. Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Come on, Stalfos.
The only place I know offhand to get arrows is the Restalker in Kakariko.
Oh, there we go. There we
okay.
go.
Nice. Well,
That's what was in that last chest.
Perfect.
That's worth more than a tempered sword in this scenario.
Yeah, that was gonna be awkward because there's no good place to get arrows.
No.
You don't have a shovel, so
you'd have to. I guess you fake flipper to upgrade fairy, maybe.
Yeah, we are taking our 1,000,000,000 rupees to get some potions, so that's good. Good choice. It was a very rich seed. You had a lot of money early.
Yeah. At first it didn't look like I was going to, and then I'd farmed up my Zora money, and then Ice Rod Cave just has 300, of course, because that's what happens. You delay to get Zora money, and then a 300 drops.
Yeah. Alright. We're almost to Ganon. I've managed to. I don't think I've had to do a Master Sword fight yet. But, your go mode could be really abbreviated in this, if depending on the seed, so I could see it happening more this week, I guess, than a lot of weeks.
Yeah, I can see a lot of sword modes potentially happening.
Yeah, although you did clear a lot. I mean, you just couldn't get into some of your dungeons at the end there. I mean, Swamp, Turtle Rock, those have a lot of items.
I'll just hold out hope to get to watch someone get their 2 Triforce pieces at Pyramid Fairy and Pedestal, and then have to go to GT for a sword.
Yeah, that's... Oh, man, that would suck.
There's a lot of checks in GT. Something's going to end up with 3 swords there.
There are. That would be pretty bad. I had one... I ran yesterday that had all 4 swords in the light world because it was an Agassi. Oh man!
Classic.
All right. What is the dang? What is it? 12?
Yeah, 12.
Okay. I don't know why I was drawing a blank on the numbers when, because I haven't seen a Master Sword fight in a while, or haven't had to do one in a while either.
Oh, wait, is it 12? Nah, now I've forgotten, to be honest with you.
I know it's if you do
12.
if you do silverless, it's 56 total. I think is what I remember. But
12,
know
12,
there's 20.
4, 24.
Yeah, 24 I know is the last one, but for some reason the first two phases I was blanking on.
So that would be 48
Yeah.
plus 4, 42. I think it's 52, maybe?
Yeah, okay. Alright, it is 12. You'd think I would know that after seconds. So many so
I
many
mean, do you really ever want to do Master Sword Ganon?
No, I just kind of don't think about it. I don't have to do it very much, so I just spin until I win. I don't count. That was a nice fairy pickup, by the way. When you did your Ganon to let you sort of be a little looser on the phase two.
Yeah, I kind of listened in there toward the end and heard you say that, and that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Like, I felt pretty comfortable, but I was like, I don't want to take any chance at a time loss. I'm just going to grab a fairy hair, even though the fairy, like, did everything it could to get away from me. Just like I was trying to pick up one in Mire for the same exact reason. And that stupid fire snake, like, turned around and came right back at me and pushed me into it.
I didn't even see that one.
Yeah, right before Viddy, I powdered the anti-fairy and got out my net, and then the fire snake like did a 180 and took me out.
Alright, we're in phase 3, so we're doing good. No torch clips, but we don't really need it in this situation.
Ooh,
Yeah, that was.
that bat
I'll
was
be
a little
honest, like,
scary.
yeah, I'll be honest. I was doing a terrible job counting items in dungeons because you were both in dungeons at the same time a lot, and I was just like, I was just like not keeping up with whether you had any dungeon items left.
I had some like IRL distractions, so I even like in
Hmm.
Thieves Town, I had to check the menu to see, hey, am I leaving an item in here or not? Oh,
All right, good thing we have half magic. We can sort of blow a few extra shots here.
yeah, maybe we'll get a chance for a double here.
It's a little hard on Master Sword, but
I mean, to be honest, like Master Sword Silvers is one of the things that scares me because I'm afraid I'm gonna be aggressive and fall.
yeah,
But GG's.
yeah. GG Yonkers. They should be joining us shortly, I think. All right. Looks like they are on the way. Hello, Yucker's wife, Gigi.
GG's.
GG's.
Finished.
Yeah.
Yay.
So, yeah, that was you had a couple struggles there in Skullwoods and Thieves Town, but we made it in the end. Good job.
Yeah. I knew when I got to blind that I was going to die right away because half a heart, come on. But yeah, I died twice to Moth, and then I was like, okay, just take a breath, go get your potions, go back, you'll be fine. And I went back,
So,
didn't even need the potions.
yeah,
That feels like how it goes every time.
I was trying to send you some mental vibes when you were, well, I mean, even though I was 10 minutes in the future when you were going through Thieves Town, because you can powder the anti-fairy under the pot, or the bunny beam under the pot by the cell.
Yeah, I didn't even
So,
think about it.
to get some health back, so I was like, it was like sending out some vibes, like, go ahead and powder that, get some health back. But, I mean, you got there in the end. It was, the one thing I would say about Mothula is sometimes it's better not to keep banging your head against it. You come back later, just try to see clear what you can, maybe find a sword or something good to make the fight a little easier. But I do admire the perseverance as well. So
Well, lately it's been a challenge to myself to try to do Moth with what I have when I can do it the first time. To just give it a try, even just so that I can start getting the lower percent fights under my belt and get used to them. So that cost me some time, but it's more of a personal win.
yeah, no, that's a good goal
Oh,
to have.
yeah, GG's for that. Like, especially getting practice like that in a race setting. It's definitely one way to kind of improve under the pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is not a forgiving fight with Green Mail and Fighter
No.
Sword. I think you still had. So yeah.
Fighter Sword's
Yeah,
awful.
yeah. Yeah, I keep complaining that I can't kill Moth with a toothpick.
Yeah, that's you did great on the blind kill though without the script. Like, I don't. Did you even get hit maybe once? Like,
I got hit 3 times actually. But she always does the same movement. She always goes back and forth, and then down, and back and forth, back and forth, and then up. So you just follow that, and whenever you hit her with a sword, she'll do the spinning fireballs, and as long as you stay just down a little bit, not even with her head, but a little bit below her head, while she's doing that, you won't get hit with the fireballs. But then you got the heads that are flying around that could get you.
yeah, I mean, even when I'm doing the script, I always lose it by phase 3. So I just try to keep my dodge game strong. But
Yeah.
did great. Did great on the return fight though. Yeah. Sometimes, like especially without sword beams, it's not easy to get in there and get it down without the script on there. So
Yeah, it can be really rough. I know that I have been dealing with her and her script since 2016, and I still don't have it down.
yeah, I don't. I'm like I think I just had the first 2 phases down, but I just I just dodge for my life. If you can get to phase 3, it's not terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Now,
what do you think
my thing
what do you
is
think of this mode?
I actually, as crazy as it sounds, I like it. For one reason. Once I hit go mode, I don't have to still climb GT.
That's fair.
Yeah, that is one nice, I guess, quality of life. We get boots and a sword too, so that's pretty nice. It is it's a little weird. So you got to think of your different situations and go modes. I think you guys kept that straight, both of you, pretty well. So
Yeah.
recognizing the ether, because you can go like 2 or 3 different directions. So
Well, when it came down to it, I either needed flippers, ether, or the big key to Desert Palace.
yeah, I guess flippers would have worked too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still curious what the intended logic was, because we didn't have Hera Big Key.
Oh yeah, that is a fair point.
We still weren't logically in go mode. Whatever
There's
that
probably
intention was.
yeah, there's probably something in Meyer that led you. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
it could
you're probably
pair
right.
big hero flippers or something, but you
Yeah,
didn't need to do any of it. So
yeah, because I could have done Ice Palace.
Yep.
You can sequence break to Ice Palace, but you'd still need the Desert Palace big key to pull Ped. And then Flippers would have given me Swamp for my last crystal. Ether, of course, gave me Meyer for my last crystal. So
yeah, we were talking about that earlier. I was joking that I would have been in Ice Palace and picking up an dependent I didn't need to try to figure out where my desert big was.
Yeah.
But
I mean, what you just said kind of also adds to why I didn't go to Ice. Like I was saying earlier, one reason I didn't was because this mode tends to have like a demented form of linear logic. So I didn't want to go too far out of logic, but at the same time, there were more items that could put me in go mode that couldn't be in Ice, because flippers couldn't be in Ice. But then, like you said, Desert Big Key, that could very easily just be GT. So I was like, let's go to Pod. It's more items. We'll just do it.
yeah.
well, so you got one more race this. Well, not you guys, but your teams have one more race this week. To try to jockey for a little more positioning here in your division. But GG's to both of you for this one.
Yeah, well, my team, we're going to give it our all and do our best, but we're mostly here to upset the stats.
Hey,
That's
it's
a fine goal.
yeah, you gotta get your kicks somehow, right? I mean, it's just as long as you're having fun, it's fun. It's
Yeah.
hard out there. Like, there's a lot of good players, a lot of brutal divisions. So I mean, so yeah, as long as you don't take it to heart too much, I mean, you're doing good.
Yeah.
But GG to both of you. Do you have anything you want to say to the people before we run off here?
Remember that you are the reason that somebody smiles every day. Today it was me.
All right.
Very good.
Any final words, Jeffy?
Just thanks for everything everybody does to put these on. Thanks to our tracker, Shasta. I mean, Yonker's wife here has done her fair share of that, and I've done a little bit. That's a difficult job. And then thanks to you, Recidador, for the comms. Solo comms is also no walk in the park. So appreciate you sticking it out with us.
Thanks for putting on a show for us tonight, and yeah, thanks again to the tracker Shasta for helping me out in a couple spots where watching two screens was making it a little hard to count things. There is some randos still going on. We have happening now on Speed Gaming 3, Past the Picanha and Validation Chest Boots, James FNX versus Hexadus. And at 11:10 Speed Gaming 2, the Butter Sword Knights versus the B and H, the ALTTPR team. I'm not sure if I'm missing something in that title for that team name. Grey Corvid versus Ducky. So plenty more rando for the night to come. And there's going to be a lot more of this weird mode this week. So stay tuned. Hopefully you'll see some interesting and very memey seeds. But I think that'll be it for us tonight. So thanks for joining. And see you next time.
Good night.